Alright, so you guys have seen a video of me raking my alfalfa hay, or flipping it over. We are headed back to the field in my truck right now. That's another thing you guys haven't seen. I bought a Chevy 2500 Duramax. It is an 07.5. Yeah, it's a good work truck. Pretty clean too. The guy that had it before me never drove it in the winter, so it's pretty much rust free. But anyway, we just pulled into the field here. We're gonna jump out, check it out, see how it's doing. It is 2:56 in the afternoon, so I raked this over at like noon to 1 o'clock. I was out here raking. Still don't know if I'm gonna square bale it or round bale it. It's kind of hard to decide what I want to do there, but yeah, let's get out and take a look at it. So whenever I check hay, I always try and go to the thickest spot of the field, and then I can kind of tell where I want to go from there, which down in this bottom ground here is probably going to be the thickest stuff here. So we'll get out and check this stuff out. It should be close. We had good drying weather today so far. It hasn't been terribly too humid, and we've had a lot of sunshine, so that helps with everything. It definitely feels to me like it dried a lot from this morning. A good way to tell is, one way is you take a stem and it should crack like that. Here's one here. This one's a little greener, but it cracked right off. Here's another one here. Snapped. So, as long as it's snapping off, you're probably doing pretty good. But if you grab some hay here, gotta find a spot to set you guys. So if you grab hay, a good way to tell if you're ready to bale or not is to simply take it, and in about 3, sometimes 4 twists, it should pull right apart. So you don't want to pull it, you just want to twist it, and if it does that, you're pretty much good to go. And I also try and do that test in some of the most green stuff in the field, because that's going to be your wettest hay. So as long as the stuff that's wetter is dry, then your whole windrow is going to be dry. So I would say this stuff is good to go anytime I want this afternoon. Feels pretty darn good to me. Plus, by the time I actually get out here and get going on it, it'll be a little while. I don't know. I think I'm going to hook up to the square baler, make a couple bales, see what they look like. If they look like just straw from how yellow it is, then I'm not gonna square bale it. If they still look like pretty good bales, then I will round bale it up, or square bale it. So we already have 200, probably 250 off of this field in square bales, and they were higher moisture, they never heated, and they're doing fine right now. So, but yeah, I'll get back with you guys when we get to the tractor. Alright, so this is my grandparents' barn. They do some events in here, but this is, you guys haven't seen this either. This is a Hayliner 273 New Holland baler. I deleted this at 1,000 bales, so for the year we're around 5,100 square bales. Not too bad. Yeah, we should be good to go. I greased this before starting this field. I just grease it before every field typically, and then we're good to go. The thrower on this does not work. It is missing some linkage up front there, but we'll get it hooked up and we'll try baling. Alrighty, we got the baler hooked up out of my grandparents' barn. Mower's sitting here too. But yeah, we're gonna pick a row. We'll go down it. We'll do two things. We'll look at the moisture on it, see if it's ready to bale, and two is we need to make sure that the bales look nice in order to keep square baling it. So I think we'll just go down this row here. Looks as good as any. And I'll check up with you guys after we make a bale. Well, you can watch me make a bale. Might not be the greatest filming, but... So, I always, with my alfalfa, I typically only run 1200 RPM. The importance of that is, A, you don't really need to run faster than that. And B, is it's slow enough to where that pickup doesn't knock all the leaves off. And it's also slow enough to where the plunger won't knock all the leaves off as well. Because if you're running too quick, the plunger will knock the leaf off and you'll just see it at the bottom or the top of the bale. These bales are just going to fall out the back. Normally I have a wagon behind me and people pull them out of there and then they stack them on the wagon. Or I'll have my brother run the tractor and I'll get on the wagon with one of my employees and we'll take them off of there. But we're just going to test a couple and see what they look like. So there's one bale out. That bale was from the other day. So I could probably run faster. Make it a little harder to film, but pretty satisfying. We'll see. Hopefully it looks good still. There's not a whole lot of green hay in it yet, but we'll see. Alrighty, we'll stop here and take a look at them. Always shut your PTO off, throttle down, and then we'll also bring a moisture tester. These are pretty slick. You can get them from John Deere or New Holland dealerships. And basically what this will do is it'll just test the moisture for you and let you know what your bales are at. So anything under, for alfalfa, one of my mentors says anything from 12 to 15% is good. You get drier than 12% and the leaves are just too dry. They don't look too bad, really. There's definitely good leaf in there yet. A lot of it did get knocked off. You can kind of see it. And then you can kind of see it in the bottom of the bale as well. So it's probably actually a little too dry, but 15, I like that. It's not a bad looking bale. Not a great looking bale either. So I don't know. It's a hard decision. It weighs nice, so what to do? This is typically where I call my dad and bug him during his work day. Even though he doesn't farm, he always has good advice. So I made the decision to bale at least a couple more rows and see where we're at. But it's testing good moisture. Most of it is 11 to 15%, which is pretty much where you want it to be. That one bale tested 19% moisture, which is high, but my guess is it just hit a green piece of hay, which you can get green hay in a windrow just from raking it. So, but yeah, we'll bale a couple more rows and see where we're at. The bales aren't super nice as far as color, which I expected. As far as leaf, they're not bad. As far as stalk, they're not bad either. So that's where I have a hard time round baling it. But I don't know. If this was your guys' hay, what would you do down in the comments below? Let me know. I'm going to keep baling. I'll check up with you guys in a little bit. Alrighty, so the hay is definitely dry enough. I tested a couple more of them and they were at 10% moisture. But I did switch to the round baler. You guys can see it back there. This is a, well, I don't even know what it is. Let me see if I can see. 630. It's a 630 New Holland round baler. This round baler came from a guy in Upper Michigan. It is like pristine condition. Like the stickers are on it. There's not a speck of that. Well, I take that back. There's 2 bubbles of rust on it. Everything else on this thing looks like it just rolled off the factory. So I'm gonna get at least a bale made. Round baling's pretty slick because you can bale really fast, and all the work can be done by one person, all from the seat of a tractor. Makes me sound lazy, but it's pretty darn handy. So I'll get you guys some video of this. So the hardest part to a round baler, in my opinion, is starting the bale. If you start a bale too fast, you'll just plug it up. So you got to kind of take it easy when you're starting a bale. After the bale's started, you're good to go. So this is a twine wrap round baler, which you guys haven't seen this. So it's all, basically there's a twine arm, which is controlled by this. The twine arm swings in front of the bale. It picks up, the bale actually picks up the string. There's some of the square bales I did. And once the string is picked up, it wraps it around the bale and puts the bale in a bale. So I'm going to grab a gear here. So square baling would be slower than this by quite a bit. You can do a pretty big windrow in a round baler and haul butt. So this baler makes a nice bale. They're usually pretty tight. Yeah, that's about it. But I'll get you guys some more action shots in future videos. I have to get my GoPro charged, and I haven't used this stuff in forever, so I got to get back into a routine. But you can see some of the leaf there, and the pickup a little bit has fallen off, but not much. I would say we're doing pretty good. You got to look up top in order to see where your bale needs more hay. This bale is going to look terrible because I haven't been paying attention, which is why you weave. So now I'm filling out that side of the bale, because if your edges aren't filled up, then it's just going to be really funky. So then you weave to the other side, fill up the other side of the bale, and I missed some. This is where GoPros are handy. But you just gotta weave and fill it up where it needs hay. Again, I apologize for the dirty windows, but I'm just bailing along and getting it done. So next time I'll have cleaner windows for you guys. So this bale's about finished. Hopefully we make it to the valley before it beeps. And we didn't. So now if you can hear me over the beep, you got to back up the hill. And now I pull this lever, and that moves the arm, and then the twine will start to move. So So you guys can see that little lever down by the PTO moving back and forth. That's basically what's doing it. So then, lower your RPM. A lot of people turn their PTO off. I leave mine on and just lower the RPM all the way down. Whether that's bad or not, I don't know. That's just kind of what I do. This is all controlled by a hydraulic lever there. Alright, let's go check that bale out. Grab the moisture tester. And this is why they have sensors. All right, here we have it, folks. This is kind of stocky, I don't know. Oh, this is from the last field I did. Must have been a little bit left in the baler. Bad part about my twine round baler, I don't know if everybody else's is like this, but it doesn't like wrap, I don't know, it just leaves the twine hang. So typically I have my brother come through and just tuck it under. It's a nice bale, good and solid. Yeah, you can see it, yeah, a bunch of leaf on my hand, so it's not bad. It's pretty solid. You can still get your finger in it, but overall, alrighty, I figured I'd run over here. I had to put some equipment away in my grandparents' barn, but wanted to show you guys what we ended up with here. There are 23 bales, and I lined them all up on the field edge. The field's nice and clean now and picked up, which is nice. We had a little tiny bale and too much twine on that guy. The rest of these bales are really nice. They're extremely nice and tight. You can just barely get your hand in there. Yeah, it's really not that bad of looking stuff. There's a lot of leaf in it still, which is good. Yeah, nice tight bales. These are actually going to a buddy. He actually has a YouTube channel, I believe. Caleb's Farm is what it's called. But yeah, these are all going to him, so yeah, not bad. Just wanted to show you guys that. And this will probably be the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.